Welcome to Once Upon a Pipe on this 2018 St. Patrick's Day. In the background, playing via YouTube, is Misty Mountains Cold, as played on the ocarina by the lovely Heather Scott. And today for St. Patrick's Day, this is what I have. Look at this. At least the case is green. Peterson's special St. Patrick's Day blend. This is the 2016 edition. Some hazelnut coffee from Panera in a green cup. A green Bic. And a green pipe tamper as made by Dexter Wayne Cannon. Look at that. It's got some little clovers on it. So let's see how this turns out. Every year for St. Patrick's Day, I kind of go through, well, just prior to St. Patrick's Day, I always look at the Peterson St. Patrick's Day pipes. And I either go to pipesandcigars.com or smokingpipes.com, and I always manage to put one in my cart, and I actually end up never getting it. So this year, look at this. It's just a Meerschaum, but it's in a green case. It's about as close as I can get. I always put those St. Patrick's Day pipes in my cart, and then I never end up getting it because I just can't justify the cost. So today I'm going to be using this. The 2016 blend, by the way, is exceptionally dry. In order to make room for my son's new animal, my wife, unbeknownst to me, moved all of my pipe tobacco, my cellar, if you will, to the garage where it stayed out there for quite some time. So this tin has gotten to be extremely dry. Nonetheless, my friends, I am going to make some effort to light it. Look at that. Can you hear that? Very, very dry. Let's see how it does. Thank you very much, Heather Scott, for that beautiful music. I've already loaded this, so I don't know if I'm expecting much tumback or what. So far, so good, though, for it being extremely dry. The University of Kentucky plays Buffalo tonight, and I hope that they win. I hope that they do better than they did Thursday night. Otherwise, they might be catching the bus home. Well, St. Patrick's Day 2018 is upon us. It is March the 17th, and I came across some good reading in my email this morning. This email is from the American Minute with Bill Federer. Um, I've had the opportunity to meet Bill Federer on a couple occasions at the homeschool convention, and more recently, he was a guest at my in-laws' place at Kentucky Mountain Bible College, and where he was a guest speaker for a chapel series they were doing there. Bill Federer is uh, a very excellent writer and publisher. He has several books out, and an excellent historian, especially bringing a Christian perspective in view to our world history and to our American history. And one of the things that I appreciate about his articles is just the in-depth history that he gives us and kind of ties everything up. So even talking about St. Patrick, who died around 461 A.D., around March 17th, he goes in and talks about the history of the Roman legions and it just how all of this began, um, how many tribes have been displaced by the Huns who attacked westward after the later Eastern Han Dynasty extended sections of the Great Wall of China along the Mongolian border around 220 AD. And that displaced the tribes of the Visigoths, the Ostrogoths, the Franks, the Anglos, the Saxons, the Alemanni, the Thuringians, the Rugians, Jutes, Picts, Burgundians, Lombards, Alans, and Vandals as they migrated west across the Central Asia into the Western Roman Empire. And then after the Roman legions were withdrawn from Britain, raiders attacked and carried away thousands to sell into slavery in Ireland. Patrick was captured and sold as a slave in Ireland, which was ruled then by the Druids, who practiced human sacrifice, by the way. Thomas Cahill wrote in How the Irish Saved Civilization, quote, Romans in their first encounters with these exposed insane warriors were shocked and frightened. They were howling and, it seemed, possessed by demons. So outrageous was their strength, featuring all the terrors of hell itself. So for 6 years, Patrick herded animals for a Druid chieftain, as he wrote in his confession, quote, but after I came to Ireland, every day I had to tend sheep, and many times a day I prayed. The love of God and his fear came to me more and more, and my faith was strengthened, and my spirit was moved, so that in a single day I would say as many as 100 prayers, and almost as many as in the night. And this even when I was staying in the woods and on the mountains, and I used to get up for prayer before daylight. Through frost, through rain, the Lord opened the sense of my unbelief that I might at last remember my sins and be converted with all my heart to the Lord my God, who comforted me as would a father his son. And then one day, St. Patrick, he had a dream, and he wrote, one night I heard in my sleep a voice saying to me, it is well that you fast. Soon you will go to your own country. And again a voice saying to me, see, your ship is ready. And it was not near, but at a distance of perhaps 200 miles. Then I took flight, and I went in the strength of God, who directed my way until I came to that ship. Patrick eventually made his way back to Britain and was reunited with what was left of his family. And I apologize for the squeaky chair. He was about 40 years old then, and he had another dream about going back to Ireland, this time not as a slave, but as a missionary. So in his confession, St. Patrick wrote, in the depth of night, I saw a man named Victoricus coming as if from Ireland with innumerable letters, And he gave me one, and while I was reading, I thought I heard the voice of those near the western sea call out, "Please, holy boy, come and walk among us again." Their cry pierced my heart, and I could read no more, and so I awoke. Well, Patrick did return to Ireland, and he was confronted by the Druids. He converted chieftains and used the three-leaf clover to teach the Trinity. So as we see the clover um, displayed so many places, and which has really become a symbol for St. Patrick's Day, know that it was first used by St. Patrick to teach as a missionary these druids and chieftains there about the Trinity, which would be the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So at one point, the Druids tried to kill and ambush um, Patrick, and they did this nearly a dozen times without success. St. Patrick wrote, "Daily I expect murder, fraud, or captivity, but I fear none of these things because of the promises of heaven. The merciful God often freed me from slavery and from 12 dangers in which my life was at stake, not to mention numerous plots. God is my witness, who knows all things, even before they come to pass, as he used to forewarn even me of many things by a divine message. I came to the people of Ireland to preach the gospel and to suffer insult from the unbelievers. I am prepared to give even my life without hesitation and most gladly for his name, and it is there that I wish to spend until I die." So um, that is where St. Patrick ended up dying, and so that's kind of a story there behind St. Patrick. He ended up uh, converting many, and ended up becoming a great saint there. Um, it was very fascinating to read this whole article that William Federer puts in his American Minute about St. Patrick. So I'd like to thank him for that. And I've only shared a little bit of that with you. So on this St. Patrick's Day, I hope that you do well. And for those of you lucky enough out there to have that Peterson pipe, I do indeed hope that you enjoy it. As for me, I'll take my hazelnut coffee, my eBay Meerschaum, and my 2016 St. Patrick's Day blend. Maybe if by some luck I'll make it to my local brick and mortar and get the 2017 tin. Well, that's it, my friends. I hope you have a great day. God bless you. And I think I will try to close with this song. It is Irish. Let me prepare it. If I can find it.
But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and softly call, good night and joy be with you all. A man may drink and not be drunk. A man may fight and not be slain. A man may court a pretty girl and perhaps be welcomed home again. But since it has so ordered been a time to rise and a time to fall, fair to me, parting glass, good night and joy be with you all. So good night and joy be with you.
Thank you for tuning in to Once Upon a Pipe.